Hello. Good morning, my friends. Wow, my hair is really wild this morning. I'm not putting any glue or any gel or glue, because sometimes that gel is like, fix this motherfucker on the head and like, shit doesn't move. When I was younger, because I'm in my 50s, when I was younger, all we had was dippity-doo. And if you're American, you know what dippity-doo is. There was no gel, there was no mousse. There was hairspray, like shellac, like his hairspray, so bad for the environment. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Good morning, I hope you're good this morning. And if you're not good this morning, stay with it. Stay with that dark space and let it pass and watch it pass. I'm just going to improvise here this morning because really I don't know what to talk about. Although, like, what has been happening recently for me, or that I've been very curious about recently, is, you know, up there. And up there in our skies, like, you know, not only the constellation of the stars and the supposed heavens, but the galaxy and the far, and the infinite, it's like, it is so miraculous and so amazing to think about. Like, so often my mind is up in the skies, and like, recently I have been, many years ago, I told you about this before, I think on my channel here, but a little bit about UFOs, or like extraterrestrials or aliens or something like this. And I have been very curious in the recent months, if not longer, about this topic, because, you know, well, first of all, it's not even like something that I have a choice to believe in or not believe in, because the evidence is like also infinite almost. There's like so much evidence of extraterrestrials and aliens and UFO ships that have been here. It's just something that we just can't deny anymore, and the powers that be just don't want us to know this, I think. You know, this topic is surrounded by controversy, and it's like, to talk about it is like an insane thing, because they've created that in our media and in our, like, if we just talk about this, I mean, there's something about my conditioning that says, hey, you can't really, that's just like, you're really out there, and oh my god, wake up, all that kind of thing. But, my friends, there's a lot of documents, and there's a lot of information out there. There is like the Disclosure Project. There are like really credible people that have high positions of intelligence that have worked for NASA or been astronauts that have actually had experiences. And, you know, like the mainstream media, or like, you know, basically the governments, you know, what is so interesting about this is that, you know, the inflated egos that we're surrounded by daily, and in the political arena, and in, you know, just our governments, and, you know, like, just in our, I don't know, CEOs, these big, huge, arrogant people who are basically running the show behind the scenes, the really wealthy people. You know, if we would just acknowledge the fact that there is life in this world other than on our planet, then I think that those egos would be deflated really super fast, because shit would hit the fan and people would be like, why am I trying to, you're not so, like, all of a sudden you would realize you're not so powerful, or that external projection of your ego or your self-made personality or your character would be instantly deflated. So it's like, you know, that is really something very, very interesting. And I guess because I don't really believe in this ego thing, Of course it's here on a certain level, but it's just like a big play, and people are scared, so they create another identity, and they don't recognize the dark side. And in fact, we all have a dark side, and we're all suffering, and we're all like, but we're all also living our dreams. Maybe we're living living our manifestations, periods, that we're creating by default, if you realize it or not. So it's like, that's just how it's a perspective of how I live my life, and that is like really just important for me to just, I don't know, like I'm ascending up there, more or less, being more interested and curious about, you know, other life forms, and, you know, that, and in our history, it's like the ancient history, ancient texts, ancient hieroglyphics, am I saying that word right? The history of the Egyptians, and the hieroglyphics, how they, like, you know, there were like paintings of UFOs, and, you know, it's beyond me and beyond everybody, basically, how the freaking pyramids were built. So, you know, like, and there is suggestion and evidence that these things were just too difficult for us to actually like build. And they say slavery, but my goodness, it's completely aligned with the stars. And there are like hundreds of pyramids all over our world, and you know that we just like, I don't know, that people, there are definitely a body of people who do not take this for granted, but the governments and the people that don't want you to know how powerful you are, that is there, and that, you know, the alien life has been here, and that we find, like, you know, that we've leaped also. I'm jumping around, but we have leaped, like quantum leaps, into different, I don't know, times, if you understand what I mean. So there has been this leap of consciousness, and we evolve and we grow and stuff like that, but I don't know. The fact that people deny and think it's been crazy, like on all of our movies about UFOs, basically, not the documentaries, but basically the movies, they make it really threatening, and that we should be really scared of these aliens. Well, I don't know if we should be scared of them or not. I have no reason to be afraid of them, other than, you know, been influenced, perhaps the psyche has been influenced by the movie industry and the media to paint an evil side of like extraterrestrials, or that it's really scary. Well, we've kind of been raised like that, so, you know, because we're superior. Well, oh my god, I really doubt that very much, you know. So what I was talking about yesterday was superiority and inferiority on this planet. It's just like the divide and separation between all of us. Like, it's a big, huge, complex topic, but simply being aware and acknowledging that this, I don't know, world is a mess, and you wonder why, and you look at like your basic daily lives and how people interact. We can simply make changes, but, you know, the powers that be don't want us to make changes, and so therefore they don't want to welcome any other outside. And in fact, I think that because the threat, they think it's a big threatening thing, and that everybody, you know, if you like actually disclose this, or you make it known to all of us, that there might be absolute chaos, and people go crazy and be scared and start, you know, like, we have no I don't know. Well, maybe the weapons of mass destruction is very threatening to alien life. And I think they know. They're tapped into what we know, and they are tapped into, they've even, like, I don't know, maybe they're hybrids that are here. Maybe you think this is really silly, because there's part of my brain that also would say that too, and be skeptical. Well, be skeptical. Go out there and read about it if you want, or just live your daily life and be on your phone. I don't know. Technology, I think, also has been here before. Technology has been here on the planet before. Like I was saying with these hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics. I don't know. What's that word? Anyway, these hieroglyphics from an old time, you know, basically are suggesting that UFOs, airplanes, technology was here. And that, you know, not even mentioning sacred geometry that was like basically all over the world and different areas of the planet where these people didn't even know each other. So, you know, where's the information coming from? And, you know, there has been obvious destruction on the earth because there's been shifts, and our planet like almost like destroys civilizations, you know, because they find like cities under sea level and all of this kind of thing in our oceans. And you know, I read also that there's life in our oceans, and life is perhaps in the earth also too. I have read these things, and I don't know absolutely for sure, but it certainly resonates with me. So, yeah, that's kind of cool to think about. Instead of like just, you know, more or less like, you know, when you don't take daily life for granted, and you're living consciously, and you're making choices spontaneously and not automatically, then I guess, you know, you just like, you get, that's so beautiful. And so you start thinking of other beautiful things, and like heaven is here on earth when you behave like that, I guess. You know, it's our preference to behave how we want to behave. So no one has to be like anyone else says they have to be. But you know, maybe perhaps we're all Aladdins, in fact. And we create our universe. And I really fundamentally believe that, because a lot of my dreams have come true, as well as yours, positive or negative, however you label, but everything is for the good, I believe. So perhaps you can rub your lantern and create your world and your universe. And if you want to meet and believe in aliens, then if that's evidence is suggesting that most likely they'll be there for you. There will be like, you know, you can be and do and have anything you want in your life, and that's what we really are. So anyway, so that's what I just wanted to share with you today. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna go back into the Royal Swedish. I'm here in Stockholm. It's my 4th day with the Royal Swedish Ballet, staging a Forsyth Ballet Artifact Suite, and yesterday was very productive, and I'm feeling good in my skin when I go in the house, and I'm so grateful for, really literally grateful for my life, and everybody I'm coming into contact with, like everybody, and I have such respect, and I just love being with people, and just being with people, and I learn about myself, and yeah, I'm optimistic, as you know. Okay, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you when I see you. Yes, most likely tomorrow. Daily talk. Bye bye. Keep sharing your love. Bye.